All right, we're ready to grill our protein for our wonderful, delicious Mexican feast. So when you are grilling, a couple important things are you must always preheat your grill. You want to give it at least 5-10 minutes. If it's a charcoal grill, you want to give it until all of the coals are gray. You can use a charcoal chimney for things like that. But for us, we are using our good old gas grill, and we want to make sure that we clean it. So after it is preheated, we are going to use a wire brush to scrape up all of the crud that is on the grill, all right? And we want to make sure that we get all of it off. It works so much better when the grill is hot. Now, we are going to clean it off with a towel and a little bit of canola oil. It is both going to season our grill grates so that they become a little bit more non-stick, and it is going to pick up all of the crud like this that we don't want on our food. If it starts to flare up, just take a step back and let it burn itself out. So now that our grill is seasoned and cleaned, now we're ready to put our food on it. So here is our beautifully mojo marinated flank steak. It could be skirt steak, it could be sirloin, it could be chicken, it could be shrimp, whatever you are marinating. But before we put it on a grill, we want to make sure that we dry it off. Any of the excess moisture that is on the surface of the protein will cause it to steam. It makes for a gray, not so pleasing crust. We want nice, crispy brown food. So we're going to dry it off really, really well. And then we are going to make sure that we season it. Even though there is seasoning in our marinade, we really want to make sure that our food is really well seasoned. So I'm going to give it a nice sprinkle of salt. And we're going to be ready to go on the grill. Now, our grill grates all go like this. So we want to have those beautiful, nice cross-hatch marks that kind of signal beautifully grilled food. So we're going to think of our grill, you can either think of it as a clock, which I think of 12, and then 10, and 2. And however you think of that. I'm going to pick up my food, and I'm going to lay it away from me at an angle at about 45 degrees off of noon, and I'm going to leave it alone. When you're grilling food, make sure you leave it alone. It's going to cook more evenly and develop really beautiful grill marks if you leave it alone. The more we move it, the more chances we're going to let juices escape, and it's not going to get that nice, beautiful grilled crust on the outside. While your food is grilling, we want to make sure that we get rid of the plate that had our raw protein on it. It doesn't matter whether it's chicken, steak, or pork, or shrimp, get rid of it. We always have a clean plate for where our cooked food is going to land. So it's been about 2 minutes since I put my flank steak on the grill, and now I'm going to pick it up and I'm going to turn it 90 degrees. Notice I did not flip it over, I just turned it from 2 o'clock to 10 o'clock, and I'm going to give it about another minute. So it's been about 3 to 4 minutes total, and now I'm ready to flip my flank steak over, but I'm also going to flip it over. Oh, look at that. Look at those beautiful grill marks. I'm flipping it over at 10 o'clock as well, and I'm going to give it about 2 more minutes like this. Then I will turn it 90 degrees to 2 o'clock for the last minute or so. All right, it's been about 10 minutes total. About 2 minutes on one side, turning 2 minutes at an angle, 2 minutes, 2 minutes, about that. We are grilling it to about medium rare. Flank steak, skirt steak, all of those sort of fajita meats, you really don't want to cook much past medium rare. They don't have a lot of internal fat, so they will dry out very, very easily. So, and we here at Salute love our steak a good medium rare. If you like yours a little bit more well done, by all means, cook it a little bit longer. All right, but we are going to take our steak off, and we are going to put it on a platter, clean platter, and then we are going to cover it with some aluminum foil. We always want to let our proteins rest. Doesn't matter what kind of protein, we always want to let it rest. If you cut into it now, the pressure inside the meat is so high that it will push all of the juices out. So we let it rest. cover it and keep it warm. We let it rest for about 5 minutes. The larger the protein, the longer it needs to rest. So our steak has rested. We are ready to carve it. So before you carve skirt steak or flank steak or any of those sorts of cuts of meat, we always want to look for the grain. And you can see it running right along here. It's always those lines along the piece of meat. We always want to cut against the grain. If we were to cut this way and make slices this way, we'd have long, stringy pieces of steak. Where if we cut against the grain, like this, we will have very beautiful pieces of meat that our teeth interpret as tender. Now you can cut these on a wide angle like you've seen people do often. Just remember that we're putting these in some tacos and we're thinking about what's easiest for our mouth to chew. So I just like to cut straight down against the grain into nice thin strips. And if you notice, what's not on my cutting board is some juice because we let our meat rest. So all of the juice is staying on the inside.